I love yacht rock.
Love it.
Do you listen to it?
Oh, yeah.
See? Arrima el mic más un poquito más. I want you real close so we can hear it. There you go.
Right there.
There you go.
Okay.
What's your favorite yacht rock song?
Oh, I like a lot of different.
When you were growing up, what were you listening to?
Da 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 dun dun da da. Do you remember that song? Dun dun da 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 da. It's like an instrumental.
Feel So Good, Chuck Mangione? I know which one you're talking about. I'll find it right here.
And for some reason, every time we drove into San Antonio, it would come on, and then you're on the hill, and you can see the city.
I bet it's this one.
Dun dun da da.
Yeah. This one.
Yes. What's his name?
Chuck Mangione.
Yeah.
I know all the music.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love music. You know what? I can't live without it. Like even when I'm like cleaning the house, I have to have my phone like with the music going.
To music, yeah.
It's like I can't be in silence. I have to be in.
If not, you hear like a.
Yeah. Yeah, así en la noche cuando duermo tengo el abanico prendido, but you know, kind of like it hums me. Because after being in the music business for so long, you start getting that. It's like they call it tinnitus or something like that. I have it. You have it?
Gotcha.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
And so if you don't,
if it's quiet, it freaks me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then plus you start hearing like a little pitch, you know, you know, or something like that. Yeah. A lot of musicians go through that.
It's a constant for me. Yeah.
Yeah. After so many years.
Yeah.
And you're ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready to call it a day? Honestly?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You are?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Man, how many years?
33.
33?
Yeah.
So le ganaste a Bobby? Bobby Pulido's.
I started about a year, 2 years before Bobby. Yeah.
And that's not counting when you were doing the local stuff that you were working with the local record label here.
You remember I started when I was 15-ish, 16, con Mando.
Yeah.
And Mercedes. So, yeah, that's not even counting that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, overall, 40 years almost? Or?
Maybe, yeah. More.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are you going to do now? 15. I mean, you're not going you start your tour, your final tour
this week.
Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And how long are you going to go the whole year? Is it 2025's over, it's over?
I mean, it's not like back to back. We're not going to be having shows every weekend. You know, we have one show this month. And then next month we have like 2 shows. We'll be in Florida, and I'm not sure where the other date is at, but we're not going to be touring like we used to, like every weekend. Like yeah.
Did it get kind of like?
I love it. I mean, I'm so used to it. It's going to be strange. I mean, it already was kind of strange. I think what, in a way, what helped was COVID. Was that because we were always home, and it was like you're just like.
That was a recharge.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you kind of I guess you got to realize how it is to be home, like, and just be home. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that. And like for a woman, it's a lot different being on the road constantly and knowing you got to drive 8 hours, you know, to the next gig. Yeah. And then living here in the Rio Grande Valley, everything's far.
Yeah.
And then you moved to San Antonio, which made it a little bit better and easier for you. But, you know, I mean, you're a home girl. You got to come back.
I missed home. So I came back.
Yeah. Wow. It's crazy. I just think of how fast, you know, because I was there when you started, and we've both been in this business for so long.
Yeah.
And I don't see myself. I mean, sometimes my wife asks me, "Hey, when are you going to retire?" I'm like, I don't know, because the work I do isn't as you know. It's not really that hard. I mean, it's not like working out in construction or anything like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's a microphone. And for you, you know, singing, a lot of people might think it's easy. It's not. And the traveling is not easy. Dealing with labels is not easy. Dealing with promoters.
Y deja tú eso. As you get older, the wear and tear on the body, on your vocal cords, on, you know, it's taken a toll. I'll be honest with you. And so if I do a show Friday, come Saturday, you know, and then las desveladas.
Yeah.
For me, that's what gets me. And Bobby, you know, when Bobby and I worked together on a project. We were working on a song together, and we're just kind of. I was asking him questions, stuff like that. He's like, "Man, it's your coffee. You drink too much coffee. You need to stop drinking coffee." And I'm addicted to coffee. I am, and it's the caffeine. It dries your throat out and all of that, and so that there's things that you have to change. Your lifestyle changes. It's not like when you were younger. Cuando estabas like spring chicken, that you can just do whatever you want, and now the warming up too. It's like I have to warm up. I never had to warm up before, but as I've gotten older, this muscle, it doesn't work the way it used to. So I gotta warm up,
And even if you're not 100%, even if you're 50%, you gotta find that inner to be able to, finish the job and do the job, because there's so many people waiting to see you perform. There's so many people that are,
they don't understand
relying on you.
We drive out the day before. So I'm up on, the majority of the night, I'm up, try to sleep as much as I can. We have a Sprinter, so I'll try to go to the back and sleep, but you really don't get a good night's rest.
Nope.
And that's another thing, it's like, I'm talking to Bobby, he's like, Vicente Fernandez, he would stay in his room, in his hotel room. He would sleep all day. He wouldn't talk to anybody, sleep all day, all night until showtime. And we don't have that luxury a lot of times. And it's like we get to the show and we got to do radio, we got to do this, da, da, da.
Yeah.
Or you're just up doing sound check, and then it's like a hurry up and wait.
Yes.
You have to hurry up and get there, set up, and then you're waiting. And then
it's a constant grind.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, a guy like Bobby or any male performer, they can get up 30 minutes before the show and just put on some clothes and get up on stage in a hat.
That's true.
Women have to makeup, hair. I mean, it takes an hour, 2 hours. So
it takes me about 2 hours.
Yeah.
I like to sit, take a shower, and I sit on my bed, start putting my makeup on. I'm just in a towel. I'm just trying to mentally prepare myself. But sometimes I'm like, damn, I'm tired.
And the outfit.
And then I'm like, what outfit? And I'll take like 10 outfits, because I'm like, well, what if it's too cold or it's too hot, or you just never, they can say that it's going to be a certain, temperature or whatever. Or it might even, come down to, well, what did I eat? If I eat a burger, well, shoot, I don't want to wear something that's too tight. I want to wear a vest. You know what I'm saying? It just depends.
Everything. I mean, everything comes into play. And then, I mean, I don't know. I hate eating before going on stage.
I don't eat all day, I don't like to eat 2 hours before. But I try to eat salads and things that are,
something light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, and it's happened before. You go to Whataburger and darn it, they don't have salads. Damn, I have to eat a burger. So I try to just eat half or whatever.
And then we get on stage and we feel oh my God.
I don't like that feeling at all. Yeah, it sucks, because then you don't feel confident either. You're like, Jinga, why did I eat that burger? Why did I eat that burger? And why did I eat the fries?
And people think that the only thing going on through our mind on stage is the lyrics to the song. No, we're thinking, what are they saying? How do I look? I mean,
my lonjita keeps popping out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a conscientious thing. So
so guys go through that too. I thought it was just girls.
I do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know of other guys. I'm sure we do. Yeah. I'm my own worst critic. I mean, I want to look right. I want to look the best I can.
Yeah.
And I want to perform the best I can as well. And then I have this ADHD thing, where I can't look at the set list on the floor while I'm singing a song to see what the next song is, because then I'll start thinking of the lyrics of that song and I'll screw up my song that I'm doing right now. My mind is such a scramble sometimes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I start thinking about the next song probably right at the tail end of it, and I'm like, oh shoot, I don't want to do that song. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do that, or I'm like, oh awesome, we're gonna do this song. I'm excited about doing this one. You know what I'm saying?
Who puts the set list together for you? Is it Lalo that does that, or do you?
Lalo does.
And then he'll come and he'll ask you, or do you have any type of input? Like, no, I don't want to do that one.
Yeah, I do. Or like, that one's too high to start the show. Like, I need to warm up. I can't do it.
Ándale.
Like when he wants to do say Brazos Locos, it's a pretty song, but
let me warm up.
It's like I gotta wait and do that one towards maybe I I don't know, 45 minutes in maybe.
Pero también putting them back, towards the end, the harder songs, you've already used your voice so long. So, man, you have to really kind of figure out the set list to perform to the best of our ability. A lot of people don't realize how important a set list is, right?
No, and that I feel like, first song, for me it sucks because you can, my voice is just, I feel like it's all over the place, and the nerves. Soy bien nerviosa. That's why I drink a shot of tequila before. I know it's a mental thing, but again, you're just feeling like all eyes are on you, and they're just going to be like,
I don't know how you do it or how they do it when it's like televised and everybody's watching, it's like the award show, like when you would do the Tejano Music Awards in front of, like at the Alamo Dome back in the day.
Well, the first time I did that, it was like 50,000 people, which is when, the Tejano Music.
The heyday,
when I was wearing the blue gown. It was my first time, performing, And thank you. And man, I remember I've never experienced anything like that, but my knees were trembling. My legs were like trembling, and my knees almost were like, I don't know, it was just the strangest thing, the strangest feeling. But then once I got on stage, I was fine. It was before. It was getting on stage that was just like, I was freaking out. I thought I was going to have like an anxiety attack or something.
We kind of like, you have to like block out the whole idea that it's so many people. Just pretend you're in a small place, a couple of people, and you're rehearsing and you're gonna give it all you got or something, right? You have to kind of put yourself in a mental place. Yeah,
it's like it was dark. So I'm picturing like, I can't see anybody anyway. So
Have you ever had a little misstep on stage where you forget the lyrics or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, it happens. See? I mean, not all the time, but it's happened, Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it has to, right?
Have you ever had a dream where you're forgetting all the words and like,
oh, my God.
And you're just like, oh, my God, this is horrible. Yeah, I mean, I've had dreams like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's normally when we're like working on new songs. We're like, God, ojalá que no la.
See?
Yeah.
And then they're not easy songs to sing. I mean, the phrasing, the melody, all that stuff.
When there's like a lot of blah, 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 like a lot of lyrics, and then you're like, damn, I hope I don't screw it up. But I'm not, como te digo, don't have monitors. We're not as fortunate to have monitors in front of us, to have the lyrics going, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, basically, like after 2 or 3 times, I memorize the songs, right? We put the lyrics. I have the guys put the lyrics.
I have a bad memory. I have to sometimes put the lyrics on the floor there in a little paper or something.
Yeah.
And it's even songs that I've done for so long. It's like, I don't trust myself sometimes. And it's just the way I am because of my ADHD and stuff like that. Bobby says he's retiring and he's going to get into politics and all that stuff.
Good for him.
What are you planning to do?
At this point, I feel like I'm going to leave it in God's hands. I'm leaving the road like wide open. I mean, I know there's lots of things that I could do. I already have my businesses that I already have, but
what kind of businesses are they? They've got the makeup business, right?
Well, somewhat the makeup, but I have my salon, and then
that's the one in Mercedes.
Yeah,
the salon
event center. And so I had thought about expanding. And the thing is that when you're on the road, you got to hire people to be there for you because you can't be there.
See.
And I want to just be more hands-on. And I feel like I haven't expanded or gotten a bigger place because I want to be there. I want to have the time for it. So I feel like I have a lot of different things, different options that are open, and I just feel like there's so many opportunities out there for me. I feel like I'm an entrepreneur, and there's a lot of things that I want to do. I just haven't been able to pursue them 100% because I can't put I can't put all my time into it.
Yeah.
And then I also work for MedTeam, which I'm an ambassador for that. And I just feel like
what is MedTeam?
MedTeam is a provider service.
Okay.
But they had an event at Casa de Reyna, and they had, their seniors there, and they had a bingo, and they were giving out prizes. But what I loved about them, there was a lady having I think some kind of seizure, and the nurse was there, and he rushed to her aid, and I just saw like how much they care, and how much hands-on, like they give back to their community. They're always giving blankets. And I just feel like at that time during COVID, I feel like something happened to me spiritually. I've always been a spiritual person. But it was, I guess, during that time, where you need more. I just felt like something, like I was spiritually missing something. And I just started searching a little more when I came back from San Antonio, came to the Valley. And I remember I was in bed, I had the flu. And I had just gotten into the TikTok, and I'm looking through TikTok, and something came about Christianity and about Jesus and following Jesus. And that really, I know who Jesus is, but I was taught that Jesus was just the Son of God, not that he was the actual God. Mm-hmm. And so I went down that rabbit hole of, what do you mean he's, God, or who they say he is? So I went down that rabbit hole, and then kept looking up more and more research, and I was like just blown away with everything that I was learning, as opposed to what I had learned that wasn't what was really in the Bible. Mm-hmm. So I really had to go back there and just do like soul search, and not just that, but do the research, like Jesus says, you need to go and do the research. You need to go and search. And so it was eye-awakening for me. And in the process, I was, I remember I was so depressed, because I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it was like having the rug pulled out from under me. Like, I was taught this, and now you're telling me that this isn't the truth. This isn't what you said it was. Mm-hmm. And then eventually my friend at the time, her aunt, beautiful Christian woman, and her husband had just passed away, Mike, and he was Christian, and I just remember Letty telling me, talk to her about how you feel and the things that you know. So it just so happened that we were all at a wedding. We were at their nephew's wedding, and we were there, and I was like just asking her all these questions, and I said, I'm sorry, it's just that I have so many questions. She's like, it's okay, but she says, before you leave, she says, God forbid that you be in an accident or something, I want to pray over you. Is that okay? Like the sinner's prayer. Mm-hmm. And I had never heard of that, and I'm like, sure. So then she's started praying over me, and it was, I'm not kidding, but it just felt like Jesus was hugging me, and I was just crying and crying, and I felt the Holy Spirit. And that's when I felt, after that, everything changed in my life. Mm-hmm. I was not the same person anymore. And it's true what they say, like, you become, that's where the born again comes from, that you're born again in the Spirit, because nobody can be born again, obviously, in the flesh. Mm-hmm. But you can in the Spirit. And that just changed my life. And so now, like, a year later, I got baptized in water. I attend Baptist BT Church mm-hmm. here in McAllen. And it's just been life-changing. And so, honestly, what happens from here on out, I feel like I'm going to be okay, because I have God to lean on. I have Jesus to lean on. Like he says, put all your worries on me. That's what, when he was holding that cross and he drug it through the city, and those are like all our sins, all our worries, all our, and so he just said, leave it here with me. Mm-hmm. And because, I have suffered for many years from anxiety. And when we moved to San Antonio, I had to get on anxiety meds, which I had never. Insecurities and stuff like that. I was just afraid. COVID. Mm-hmm. People were dying left and right, and I was worried about everybody, about my parents, about my family, my friends, worried about everybody. It was just all that. It was like heaviness.
And we realized we can't control everything.
No, and I was trying to control. Even when I started finding out about Jesus, I'm like, oh my God, I have to talk to my family about Jesus, because, well, as you know, that there's good, there's evil. Just like there's heaven, there's hell. And I didn't know the concept of hell, because, again, from what I was taught, hell doesn't exist, but it does exist, because just like there's good, there's bad. Just like there's, you know what I'm saying? There's a pro and a con to everything. And so learning all of that was eye-opening.
Before that, you were in Jehovah.
Yes, I was a Jehovah's Witness.
Jehovah's Witnesses
for 50 years. I mean, that's all I'd ever known.
Yeah. What's the difference between, because I know about the religion, I've heard about it.
Yes.
But I don't know exactly what it consists of. I know that they don't celebrate birthdays and Christmas and Halloween and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then the secular music is also a no-no in that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so how were you able to balance that while you were Jehovah and the secular music you were performing?
Well, growing up, all on my dad's side, they're all Jehovah's Witness, and so I grew up. I went to all the assemblies, and I never got baptized. I just felt like if I was gonna, once you get baptized, you really have to. Tienes que entregarte totalmente. Like, do everything that is asked of you, go house to house and do all of that stuff, right? And I just felt like, because I love the music so much. And my mom and my dad were always like in and out. And so, but I knew that eventually I was going to get baptized. But then I started singing, and then that was a big no-no, right? And I always just had a guilty conscience about it. Always felt like there were just things that, I don't know if you could tell, but I've just always been very conservative. I think it was just me always feeling guilty but now in retrospect, looking back, I'm thinking, now I realized we were driving to San Antonio, and I realized God gave me a gift. And here I am, 52, 53. How old am I? 52?
You look wonderful. You look great.
Thank you. But I'm thinking, like, God really gave me a beautiful gift. And I've always seen it more like, not a gift, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I shouldn't be doing this, but God gives us all a gift, and I realized at that moment, because I don't like to hear my music on the radio when I'm on the road. It's rare. So that, for whatever reason, that day, Lalo and I were listening to our songs, and he's like, damn, that's a good song. Damn, we'll play another one. And it's like, wow,
You felt it as a curse instead of a gift, right? Or something like that? Or
well, I don't know. It's like...
Because you were doing that, but then you heard...
I shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Like I should be at church. I should be doing other things aside from this. So I always had that guilty conscience.
Yeah.
Now I realize that God gives us all a gift, and if you look in the Bible, God loves music, and He loves for us to sing to Him. I don't know. It was a beautiful moment because, again,
when Lalo put the music and was saying that's a good song.
Yeah, because I've always beat myself up, like about a lot of things, and. But it was, like I said, it was a beautiful moment because I realized then, like I've come so far.
You embraced it.
30 years, and I'm still here, and I guess now that I'm a Christian, I feel like I can still sing. Mm-hmm. I can, and I'll never not stop singing. I may stop touring, but I'm not going to stop singing. And even now, even more beautiful for the Lord. I mean, what's more beautiful than that?
Amazing.
And so I'm not saying I'm going to go and record an album, but I may record a song or two. Or
there's something about spiritual music, when we go and walk into a church and there's a band performing.
Yeah, you feel the Holy Spirit. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not even people that aren't
numbers,
Yeah. But getting back to the whole Jehovah's Witness, what's the difference? Well, they believe that Jesus is the Son of God. They don't believe in the Trinity. That they believe in Jehovah God, and that Jesus is His Son. And mind you, I learned a lot as a Jehovah's Witness. When you ask a lot of people, the average person doesn't know about Moses or about the plagues, or they don't know about Job, or they don't know all the Bible stories. I'm very fortunate that I was able to learn a lot. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, there's very important parts of it that they don't teach, that they, what I'm saying, that they don't believe in.
But there are some positive aspects of it. I remember seeing, like when they build a church, I mean, it's like they all get together they do it together as a group, and within weeks it's up.
Right.
I mean, it's just an amazing...
to see that to see the brotherhood. But the thing is that I've learned that you have to. It's like love. Help everybody. You know, there's just things that I saw. You know, like you got to help everybody. Christ helped everybody. He helped prostitutes. Tax collectors. He loved. He was trying to reach the broken. You can't turn your back on anybody, because any potential person could very well be the one that. It's a lot of times it's the one you least expect that is looking for without even realizing it, but he's looking for Christ, or maybe God's calling you to him, and that's the experience that I've had. That sometimes I talk to a friend of mine, she does nails, and we just had the best conversation. She just kept asking questions about Jesus, and I don't know, it was a beautiful. It's people you least expect that.
Did that have a big part with you deciding to retire?
Lalo and I had already been talking about it some years back, and they're like, when is the right time? It's almost like when you get pregnant. Well, when is the right time to have a baby? I mean, it just happens. But more and more, I think something's been calling him, and he's like, I'm tired. Like he's a driver, he's the producer, the arranger, and you see Lalo, and he's just, his mind's always like going. And he's like, I just feel like for the past 18 years, I've done everything for you, and everything's been about you. I want to do something for me now. And I get it. I get it. And I'm cool with that.
What does he want to do for him?
Well, at this point, when we were in San Antonio, he had started his business, and he was doing great. Awesome. But then I started getting homesick, and I would come home and I'd go back, was in tears. Like, it was hard because I'm very close to my parents, and it was hard to leave my parents. And then my daughter had just had a baby, and it was just like the baby's getting older, and just I was missing things like her first walk, her first this, I wanted to be there for those moments, and it was just heartbreaking to have to go back. It was just getting harder and harder. And then finally one day we were renting an apartment, because I was afraid to buy a home, because if we're exactly the same
you weren't
reason
sure if you wanted to stick around for the long haul.
Yeah, I wasn't. And then we just woke up, and our lease was up, and then he's like, you know what? Let's just go back. Mind you, his business was doing well.
What business did he have up there?
He had the curbing.
Oh, yeah.
He had the curbing, and then he already had a crew. He had the landscaping.
He'd already built it up a little bit.
He had a bunch of machines and all of that stuff, and
yeah.
he sold everything. Not right away, but he sold everything, and then he came back. But I'll tell you one thing about Lalo, that when he
sets his mind to something.
Yes, he is amazing. He does everything to full capacity, 110. He puts his all into it, and he kicks some butt. Yeah.
So is he going to give up music también? Or?
I can't see him giving up music, but I mean, that's
touring.
Just in
is he
him
going to
too.
give up touring?
He's going to give up touring.
Okay.
It's funny though, because he's like, his dream, and he won't. I mean, he has kind of said it, but his dream has always been to play with La Mafia. And so we're not saying that they're going to give him a job tomorrow either, but he's like, gosh, if there's one thing that he would, like a bucket list kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
at least do one tour with them or something like that.
Yeah, but will he, if they would even give him the opportunity, I mean, who knows, right?
Well, you never know.
Never know.
I mean, he's an amazing established drummer.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I would be interested in going to see La Mafia just to see Lalo play with him.
Me too. Front row Joe. Right?
Well, that music, La Mafia is kind of what brought you guys together. You know,
was.
I mean, when y'all
He
were
had me at La Mafia,
overseas,
baby.
yeah. Yeah, I remember that story. Yeah. So after December 2025 or how long is this thing gonna go?
December.
December.
Is our last show in San Antonio. Mm-hmm.
So no more shows after that.
No.
Yeah, and you'll be a homebody, be working on your salon.
Well, I mean, I can't just be home. Like, I got to be doing something.
Yeah,
I'll be doing something. Yeah. I just haven't figured it out. I've been praying to God, like, please, what is it that,
Well, you won't be dealing with the hustle and bustle of being on the road, which is, really that's relaxing, because I'm sure you felt like I do sometimes, like, oh man, we got to drive all the way over there and perform and stuff. And, we tend to feel that way. And then once we're on the road and we get there, everything's great, but it's just that getting there. Yeah. It's just getting there.
It's fun. I love my guys. We have a blast on the road, and it's my last tour, so we're gonna have a good time. And now we have Christina, who's singing background vocals. Christina Salinas. Mm-hmm. She's fun, and I don't know. We're just gonna make it fun and just have a blast. And we had our first rehearsal this past weekend. It was a good rehearsal. We're gonna change it up. We're gonna, of course, play the goodies but oldies and the hits, and then we're also gonna throw in some stuff that we haven't played that people keep asking us to perform. So.
Yeah, where's the last show gonna be?
In San Antonio.
San Antonio.
And then
I was thinking maybe Mercedes over here, but
we tried, but we just couldn't make it work with it just wasn't meshing with their schedule.
Hometown,
Yeah, it just wasn't. And that's usually how it goes. Like when you're, for whatever reason, I'm not saying they don't embrace me or they love me or whatever, because they've done a lot for me. Like we'd had Elida Fest there.
Yeah, I remember
that
being
one
there.
Year. And
where you had the contest and it was so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to have it here, but we're probably going to have the last show in the Valley here in McAllen. We already have
I'd love to see you at the McAllen Performing Arts Center. That'd be a nice venue to see you there. That's a beautiful theater, and
you're going to be shocked when you find out where we're having it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because I was shocked.
So
we're gonna finish the show on a high note. We're gonna do it big. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait. And
I'm excited.
What date is that going to be? Because I want to get ready and I want to make sure nothing's on my calendar when that happens.
Yeah, it's November the 8th, around that time. I may be off on the...
November the 8th. That's the one here in the Rio Grande Valley. So. And then the one in San Antonio?
That one's in December.
Because that's definitely one that we can't miss, because that's it after you perform. So... do you have a website where the fans can go and see the dates, and that way they can put it in their calendar and stuff like that?
shop.elidareynayavante.com. It's our store. It's our online store, but we're also going to make available. So we're going to do, as you know, or you may not, but so I sign after the show, right? Until the last person. But this time around, we're going to do so it's a meet and greet before the show. And
is it the day before or the day of the show?
The day, right before the show.
Okay.
Yeah. So like say, just get there early or whatever, and then you can either purchase it there at our merch booth, or you'll be able to purchase it online too.
So it's shot.com, SHOT. Oh, shop.
Shop. Mm-hmm.
Shop.com.
Yeah. Shop.
Okay.
Shop. I'm sorry. Shop. ElidaReynaYavante.com.
Shop Elida Reyna Yavante. All right. Make sure to go to the website and get your tickets and get your merch and all that stuff.
Yeah. And then I guess we'll just give you like what is it? The code? Mm-hmm. The I don't know what everybody's doing.
The pre-sale code.
It's like the little code that they give you.
Yeah.
And they're also going to they'll get a shirt, a cap, a signed autograph, a picture, and we're gonna keep it like at $100. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so.
Well, that's awesome.
They get all that for
it's amazing.
And that shirt is a special edition. That shirt you can't buy at the merch booth. We're gonna have different merch in the merch booth. So
we got it all set up.
Yeah, we do.
Everything prepared.
Yeah.
For the last ride.
minute, but we got it right, Myra.
That's the way they usually everything comes together great like that, right? Yeah. Because when you prepare big time, then you're going to end up something's going to happen.
Doesn't happen. But we have Pajaro Productions to thank. Pajaro's been amazing, and he's really gotten behind us. And Myra's here. Myra's going to be on the road with us too, so she'll be with us. And Lalo's just, what can I say? He's my backbone. I couldn't do any of this if it wasn't for him. So I'm very, very lucky, very blessed. To have him by my side. And then the guys in my band, a lot of them have been with me for 10 plus years. You know, and it doesn't seem like, the time flies. It really
so
does.
fast.
Yeah,
It's crazy. We live in decades now. We don't live. But,
Isn't that crazy?
And then the older we get, at my age, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna be 59. How many more years do I got to do what I want to do?
Yeah.
I mean, and
I think about that too.
my grandson was born in October, and I start thinking, okay, when he's 20, I'll be 78, and and
I know.
we need to start taking care of ourselves, and
Yep.
kind of change up our lifestyle. And,
Yep.
that's a good thing about getting off the road is the fast food, because that stuff kills us, right?
That's what scares me. I mean, I think I take care of myself while I've been taking care of myself. I mean, I've lost about 22 pounds to get ready for the tour. So I've really been watching myself, but, and I've been working out. I'm scared of what's going to happen after, because you get complacent or you just get comfortable, just
No, I see
life
you.
happens.
I see you going and doing some cardio or something. I mean, you got to stay active, right?
Well, I mean, I've done it all of my life. I'm used to it. I mean,
And
I
if
may
you don't
stop
do
for
it,
a
your
little
body's
bit,
going to say like, hey, what's
Yeah,
going on? You start
yeah.
feeling it.
Yeah,
you
you
get
do.
atrophy, and then you go and do that, and it makes you feel good, So.
Yeah, and you feel great. Like I worked out this morning, and then I worked a little bit on the yard and whatever, and felt good. I felt really good. Sweat a little bit. And
Yard work
try
is
to go-
therapeutic.
Yeah, I love to plant. Just plant and whatever, and just get dirty or whatever. I like it. I enjoy it.
And your
It keeps
kids,
me grounded. It keeps me grounded.
your kids, and are you a grandma already?
I have 2 grandbabies.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness!
Beautiful.
And your
They're-
kids, everybody's
They're
doing
biracial.
good?
They're gorgeous. Oh my
See?
gosh. Curly, kinky hair.
See,
Beautiful.
wow. Are they all living here in Rio
Yes.
Grande Valley? So you'll have them close by.
Yeah.
You'll be able to spend more time with them.
Yeah. I
Weekends.
spend time with
right?
them. They already spend the night at grandma's. They already have their own room and
See?
everything. Yeah, they have a room.
How does it feel?
If you go to
being
my
a
Snapchat, that's all I post for my grandkids.
right? Yo también con el grandson mío, like, hey, grandson, proud grandpa, post.
It's the best.
But yeah, we have to show that,
I live for them.
Yeah, and it shows other people that, life is beautiful.
It is.
It's good to
There's
show.
life after music, believe it or not. I love what I do, and it's who I've been most of my life, but this isn't all of me. There are other parts of me that are just, I don't know, wanting to explore and just do other things, we travel a lot, but you go to work, you're not there for
know.
vacation. It's not the same. It's like mentally, even when you're on a cruise ship, I would think, because we're supposed to do a cruise thing with Mafia and it got canceled, but you really can't enjoy it. You can't eat buffet like everybody else, because you got to watch yourself because you have a show that night, or can't drink, or when people, they want you to compartir, right? They want you to have a good time with them, but it's hard because mentally you're like, I can't because I got to work, or I got to, you know what I'm saying?
They say mixing recreation with work, and you really don't recreate because you're focusing on work because you got to do the show.
Yeah, you got to think about what you're going to say, what you're going to do, all that stuff, and then what you're going to wear and all that.
No
great
more.
stuff.
You don't have to worry about that anymore.
I mean, again, I don't know what the future holds, but like I said, I would love to record a Christian song here or there. And the advantage with Freddy is that he's already, said the doors are open whenever we want to go and record, and it just feels like home at Freddy's. Can go and record there with him if we want.
Well, he did it with Palomino. He does that
With Johnny.
Christian with Johnny.
Yeah,
And Freddie's just an awesome person, right?
he is. Yeah, he.
You've
really
been
is.
with him for a while, ¿verdad?
Well, as long as Layla's, Layla's 18 years. that we've
18
been
years.
with.
You've really given a lot of your life to this industry.
I have.
Yeah. You're a Hall of Famer, easy.
Well, thank you.
know?
I thank you.
And it's not easy for
put in
women
the-
to last this
put in the
long.
time.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for a
the
female,
longevity.
It's not easy. I always knew I wanted to have a family. Because I looked up to Laura Canales so much, and I thought I want to be like Laura Canales. But okay, where's the part where I know she didn't have kids or anything like that? I'm like, okay, how does this go? Like, and I'm like, I want to have kids. I want to have a family. I want to have a normalcy. I want to have it all. I want to have my career, but I want the family too.
See.
Yeah.
So, how many albums did you record? Like,
Honestly, I'm not sure because maybe about 15 or 16. But then, you have like the greatest hits and then you have all those. So I don't know.
Well, the compilations.
I don't even know if those count.
Out of all the songs you've recorded, which is the one that you're most proud of?
I'd say the ones that I've written, because those are the ones that I've connected with the people, and those are the ones that I...
Give me the names of those songs.
Like the respect, I guess, as a songwriter, not just as an entertainer. I think when I started my career, was there, she's just another girl, al rato ya, se le acaba, and then on to the next, right? But no, I mean, I think that's what has kept me relevant.
What names of the songs would you...
The ones that you would know, because I've written a bunch of them. I would say like Te sigo amando, Prefiero morir.
And those were early in
No
your
eres para
career.
mí. Yeah. Duele. ¿Qué necesito hacer? I don't remember the name of that one, but I wrote that one. There's a bunch. But those are the ones that I can think of at the top of my head.
Well, I'm very proud of you, Elida.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And we appreciate you. And we're so thankful that you were part of our industry.
Thank you.
And
it sounds so past tense already.
I know. Well, I mean, it's going to be.
It's going to be. Yeah, it is.
I don't know if we'll sit down and do an interview once you're done. Maybe, if you want to. I mean, doors are always open here.
Thank you.
And
maybe I'll have more to say. About the tour and
how it went and all that. Yeah,
sure. And the surprises that we're gonna have. As far as like perhaps having artists, pop up or at one of the shows and have them, perform.
Yeah, I would imagine that, right? Having artists come in and do songs and collaborate and stuff with you. That'd be awesome. It'd be a celebration of your history and your career.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
It would be.
It would feel so good, right? Elida, God bless you. And we love you.
I love you too.
And thanks for coming to the show.
Thanks, Rob.
I appreciate you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Elida Reyna. She is retiring this year. Make sure to go to the show. If she's coming to your town, your area, make sure to go and show your support for her and thank her for, all the career and all the music that she's given us throughout her career as well. Thank you so much,
Thank
Elida.
you.
Órale, asústame one time.